Okay, so I did the 3 main colors that I matched you with. So I'm also Astoria. So Astoria, take with your finger temple to temple, just in a line, and it's going to warm up with your finger and the warmth of your face. You're going to find your cheekbone with your finger. You can kind of feel it, and you're just going to hug right up against it. So you just kind of bring that line down and down here. Just don't go past the pupil of your eye. And then you can take it along your jawline if you want. That's optional. But I usually do 4 lines. So temple to temples, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We can get into more contouring later, but let's start there. Then take your darkest highlight color, which for you is Candlelit, mine's Amber. And you're gonna dot everywhere else that the contour is not, focusing that darker color on any redness or darkness. You're just gonna put dots everywhere, and like I said, it's gonna warm up. And then your lighter color, which is Aura, just place in the inner corner of your eye, just like that. Put a little more here, down the center of your face, so between your brows, a little on your nose, and you can even put some right here, and just helps to lift and waken up your eye. You can even put a little on your chin. So now that this is setting, you're gonna let it warm up. You could use your finger, also use a damp sponge. I don't know if you have one of these. Get it soaking wet underwater so it fills up and it gets about twice the size. Once it's soaked, you're gonna rinse it out completely to where there's nothing dripping. And I even take a towel and I really press it into the towel, so then it feels damp and cold. Then that is an awesome way to blend in your creams as well. But if you have a brush at home I'll give you some examples, that is kind of like a dome. These are really soft bristles, but more of like a dome, kind of dense compared to fluffy. So fluffy, it's just harder to move them around. This is great for bronzer and blush and things like that. That's why I love this brush. But the denser side on both of these brushes is what you're gonna look for. So this is the 3D brush. You can use this for everything. This can get into the inner corners. And then this is the blush bronzer brush, the dense side, and then also the fluffy side to kind of blend it in just a little bit. So now that it's warm, you could take your finger, and if you want to do this to help kind of warm it up even more, just tap it in on the lightest areas first, and you're going to start to kind of blend that out. Okay, and our creams are super pigmented, so applying it with your fingers, it allows you to just pick up a little product. When you first get them, especially our contour, it's going to feel a little stiff, so you might need to warm it up with your finger first like that, and then apply it. I just moisturized and exfoliated, so mine went on really nice and smooth. But if it is a little stiff, just kind of warm it up a little bit with your finger. You can even hit it with a blow dryer really quick if you need to in the winter months when it's, obviously colder. But I'm just going to take my finger to kind of show you that you can do it like this. I do prefer a brush for the blending part or a sponge, but when you don't have that, you can work with what you got, and our fingers are our best tool. So I like to put it on my eyelids because I get those that discoloration. Now, just so you know, with your darkest highlight color, I know you were concerned a little bit with the darkness under your eyes. Definitely put a dot of Candlelit on those darker areas. And then you can put a tiny dot of Aura on top to brighten even more. But that darker highlight's going to color correct. If you go too light, too quick on something dark, like my redness, if I went with my lightest color, it would start to show through and be kind of chalky looking. So I am going to switch to my brush now. So if you have a dense brush like this that's also soft, you're just going to start pressing into your skin. And we're only using those 3 colors to start. We'll add your Madrid after. So I start with all the light areas first. You can swirl, press, or tap. I don't necessarily recommend swiping too much, just because I think it doesn't go into the skin as nicely as stippling does. but I have a lot of redness, and this, because I have the right colors, it's just color correcting those areas on my face that I don't want that being like a distraction. So Candlelit is going to color correct any darkness and also even you out, and then your aura is going to brighten. Now with your contour, you can kind of swirl or press, like I said, and you're just going to kind of press that line back into your hairline, just gently. Don't blend it out too much because then you'll kind of lose the color. You can always add more if you end up blending too much, which happens sometimes, but you just kind of blend it backwards like that, see? And then same thing on the other side. And all this is doing is just adding dimension to our face, because our natural face has those curves and those shadows there. And when you put a regular foundation all over, you can kind of lose that. So this, we're putting all the colors in one layer, but they're different colors to give us that pretty dimension and that natural glow. Now for my cheek, I'm going to press and blend upwards. Okay. Just like that. So harsh line, now it's gone. And just so you know, when you first start with creams, and since you're kind of new to makeup too, our skin usually takes a little adjusting to the consistency of creams. For me, I was going from a liquid to a cream, so it took a couple days to really adjust to my skin. Once your skin adjusts to the consistency of creams, it will go on like butter. So if it feels a little awkward at first, that's normal. I usually give people, 1 to 2 weeks and then 3 weeks if they're oily to really try the makeup and, get their skin used to the consistency of creams. But it just lays on the skin so nicely. It's like a second skin. Now we're going to add your blush. So that's like your main foundation. Just take your blush and you can do placement however you want. For a more lifted look, which I like, I put on the back half of my cheek and I blend upwards. If you like a fuller cheek, you can put it on the, you can put it on the apples of your cheeks right here. I just personally like to put it up higher, but you can play around with that placement. Super pigmented, and we're just going to add that color in, and then that goes on your lips too. And this is more of a satin finish, so it's like a matte. So if you want to throw a gloss on top, feel free to do that. I like to put my lip conditioner over top. That's also in my palette. So now we are, we have our blush, but now we have to blend it. So it's on there kind of harsh. You can take your finger again, warm it up and just blend it in like that. You're always wanting to kind of press and blend up to kind of lift your face. So, and since you're new to blush, I would just do 1 or 2 dots to start. I love blush now that I've gotten into a makeup that covers my redness. So I like a lot of blush. So I do like 3 or 4 dots, but it's up to you. So I would start with 1 or 2. See how you like that. You get a really nice natural flush. And then I take this brush and I just kind of fluff it out. So again, you're just going to press. And blend. And then if you need any touch-up areas, if maybe you didn't get enough coverage in one area, like I have redness down here, so I always kind of touch up that. Or if you get your blush up too high, you can easily just add a little bit more and blend that in. It's buildable. So just like that. Now, I don't think you got the Stay Spray, which I do recommend setting your makeup. So I'm going to spray my face real quick. Mine's in this bottle because I broke it. Okay. So if you have a Stay like a setting spray, spray that on because that'll lock in your creams. But if you don't have that, if you have powder at home, definitely use that. Kind of look like a hot mess right now. I'm sorry. We are about to run out the door, but I wanted to do this for you before you go into work. So if you have that damp beauty blender, press this into your face like that, and you'll get a dewy finish with doing a setting spray. If you want a matte finish, we have vanilla dust that fits in here. If you have a pressed powder, I took this out of the Maybelline Fit Me and just put it in a compact to keep it simple. Hi, baby.
And hi, Fire Lizard.
Hello, Fire Lizard. How are you?
Whoa.
Scooby, I gotta find something. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to show someone something. Thanks, baby. All right. If you have a translucent powder like this, tap a little bit and you're gonna set the lightest areas of your face. You can leave your contour and your blush out just so you don't lose that pigment. But this will set your creams and give you more of a matte look, and it'll last you all day. So hopefully that was helpful. Tell me how it goes. Like I said, give your skin some time to adjust to the creams. And if you want to try a brush, let me know. I do recommend the 3D brush or the blush bronzer. If you're going to apply it with your fingers, the blush bronzer is the way to go. If you have a sponge like this, great. If not, we have these are called our Perfector Sponges, and they just really help to press in your makeup and pick up any extra product if you got a little heavy-handed. And then if you want me to swatch any of the colors for you to see like on actual skin instead of just in the tin, because they're kind of sometimes different in the tin than they are on skin. So let me know. Hopefully you enjoy it, because I've been doing this for 3 years now. I wore it before I started selling it, and I just love it so much. So I hope you love it too. Bye.